hung with. Why? Because you're going to be punished for their sin. You know what's going to happen? You sold drugs with these brothers in the world. You did time for selling drugs. You did time for robbery, right? You used to kick in doors with these cats. You come in here, you're at least learning the truth of the Bible. What are you going to go back to them? They're going to be caught by the cops with stolen goods. It's going to happen. You're going to be caught up because you're hanging with them. You're going to go back to jail and do more time. You're going to be punished for something somebody else did. Just get away from them. Love them from a distance, like hell. Come in here and serve the Lord so you can one day teach them how to serve the Lord. That's what you do. What are you hanging out with these cats? They're going to make you do things that you did in the world. It always happens. Moses is smart enough to know, wise enough to know to tell the people, don't even go near them, get away from them, depart from them. Don't hang around traitors and liars and thieves. Don't hang around whores. What do you do, sis? Hang around a woman that gossips? Are you out of your mind? What are you going to start doing? Gossiping. You hang around brothers that have sex with big booty hoes every night. What are you going to start doing? Having sex with whores every night. Every night. Because you're hanging around those cats. You have to get away from them. And that's a lesson that's hard. That lesson has been taught to us since we were kids and we didn't listen to our parents. You understand? We didn't listen to our parents when our parents told us, don't hang out with them. Don't go around. Don't go to their house. Don't go over there. And we end up getting locked up because we didn't listen to anybody. Once again, that's pride. You think you know better than your own parents? Well, listen, you think you know better than Commander Juliana and the Isupk? You think you know better than the priest of God teaching you these classes? You don't. You should listen to the word of the Lord from the men in this school that are teachers, and that are priests, and that are prophets of God under Commander Juliana. I'm telling you, don't go back to the brothers and sisters you used to roll with. Don't go back to that family who absolutely hates the ISUPK. You're going to be sorry. You're going to pay for their sins. Let's keep going. Verse 28. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Most High have sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. Moses said, y'all want to know just how... Salaki, give me 1 second. Salaki, let's read that part again. Numbers chapter 16, verse 28. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works. Moses said, if there's any doubt in your mind that this is in my own hands, that I'm a man of God, and God sent me to do these things, this is what you better watch. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Most High have not sent me. But verse 30. But if the Most High make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth, and swallow them up, with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Most High. What is Moses saying? What did Moses just say? This is something heavy. You'll lose it. Right? What did the Most High God just say? What did Moses just say? Did I lose connection? Uh-oh, Salaki, hold on. Give me 1 second. Well, I'm still recording. It's still on. He texted me this at 8:50. Hello, shalom, shalom. Can brothers and sisters still hear me? If you can hear me, see me, and there's no issue, press 1. Press 1. If you can hear me, you can see me, press 1. The brother said I lost connection. What about now? I don't want to restart it and then lose everything because class is almost over. It's 10 minutes left. Brothers and sisters can hear me, press 1. All right. Because I'm still live, still recording, still no issue. All right, I'm not experiencing any issues on my side. If brothers and sisters can hear me, see me, press 1. All right, type in 1. Okay, Most High in Christ. The brother said back. All right, Most High in Christ. All right. The water, get a brother a hand. You understand? All right, so back to what we were saying, Salakia. Just wanted to make sure. Back to what we were saying. You have to get away. Just in case y'all didn't hear the last 2 minutes of what I said, Moses commanded the congregation to get away, depart from those sinners. It's important that you get the hell away from brothers and sisters that cause you to sin in the world. All right, so now we went on and read verse 28. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Most High hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Most High have not sent me. Verse 30. But if the Most High make a new thing, this is Moses telling us, he's telling the people, the brothers and sisters, this is how you know that the Lord sent me. If these brothers die a common death, you understand, and the Lord didn't send me to lead you. But if the Most High make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Most High. You know the Lord sent me, and that these men did something to anger the Lord. If the earth open up her mouth and these men get swallowed whole, they fall into this pit and the earth closes back up. That's how you know the Lord is with me. That's how you know these men did something to make the Lord very angry. You understand? Let's go to verse 30. Verse 31. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. Verse 32. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. Brother, this is how you know the Lord is with the Isupk, because the things that we prophesy in the UPK come to pass. That's what you have to remember. Also, the enemies of Commander Junior Hana and the enemies of the Isupk always seem to perish, always seem to disappear, go away. I wonder why. Because the Lord is with the Isupk. We don't harm anybody. It's the Lord doing everything. So somebody gets unalived or something that was against the UPK, that's the Lord. It lets you know the Lord is not with you. The Lord is with us. Those Christian churches, brother, those Christian churches, the Lord is not with. The Lord is not with your group. The Lord is not with your church. He's not with you. You understand? Why is he not with you? Because you don't follow the man of God. You're a traitor to black people. That's why. This lets you know, for the earth to open up, the earth to open up and swallow these brothers whole, alive. They died. They were unalived, alive. You understand? They got sucked into the earth, into this bottomless pit, alive. Imagine falling into some pit. It's like if anybody ever seen the movie The Mummy Returns. At the end of the movie, what is that cat's name that was trying to get with Nefertiti? It was a pit that opened up, and it was like a portal to the Christians' version of hell. And you can see all these black red things grabbing at these people's feet. And he just fell back. And it's just some bottomless pit. Imagine that in the Bible. Take away the Hollywood's version of demons grabbing, but think about some black hole that's a bottomless pit, and you fall into it, and you're alive. You know how that has to feel? All of the traitors that betrayed Israel, that tried Moses, that followed Korah and Dathan, they all died like that. They all got unalived like that. It was about the Lord opened the earth up. These things still happen today. I believe they're called landslides and earthquakes. The earth literally opens up when there's an earthquake. The earth opens up when there's a landslide. It literally opens and it sucks the house. This happens today. You can find videos of this. This isn't, spooky Hollywood. This is science. There are landslides. You can look up a landslide. A lot of them happen in California, places where there are mountains and muddy hills, right? On the west coast, on the west side of America, there's a lot of things like that that happens all the time. There are just things that happen like that all over America and all over the earth, where you will see documented reports of somebody saying my house is sunk. I just start feeling the earth move, and my house sunk into the earth. And you can see people's houses 12 feet below a pipeline that's under the earth because the earth just opened up. These things happen all the time. This isn't spooky. All right, this isn't, magic. The Lord calls this to happen to traitors. The Lord can cause it to happen to you now. You don't believe me? Go look up the death toll in Turkey. I believe it's at 80,000 people unalived in Turkey from an earthquake that the Lord caused. The Lord caused the earthquakes and the tornadoes and the hurricanes and the mudslides, the avalanches, the hill fires, the forest fires. That's what the Lord causes, man. That's a work of the Lord. The angels of the Lord. You understand? For sinners who disobey God. For traitors who hate black people. That's what happened to Korah, Dathan, and the princes of the assembly. You understand? Because they were traitors to their people. They betrayed their people so much, they went against the man of God, which was Moses at that time. Now, you think about that when you think about going against Commanding General Yohana. When you think about being disloyal to Commanding General Yohana. Think about how they died. Think about how they died. Think about dying alone, alive, when a bottomless pit opens up. That is horrible. That's something I don't even want to imagine for anybody. You better recognize the power, you understand, of the Isupk, the power that we serve. You better recognize that. You better understand that we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for the Most High God. You understand? Just like Moses. And that's the problem with prideful, arrogant Christians who think they can do a better job than the man of God. They think they can do something better than Commander General Yohana. Well, just do it. Your problem is you think you can do something better, but you can't. You understand? You can't. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. Literally, you're going to fall in a bottomless pit hell. That's what happened to Korah and Dathan and these cowards, these traitors. You betray black people, there's a penalty waiting to happen. There's a punishment for you that is waiting to happen. Everybody understand? All right, let's get it's about time to wrap the class up now. Salakia. 1 second. All right. Let me read this part real fast. All right. Verse 34. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them. For they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. Ooh-wee. Sounds to me that we learned our lesson that day. You learned not to challenge the man that God set up. Not to be disloyal and not to betray your own people for anything. How do we learn that? By watching the punishment of the traitors. Dr. King's death, his assassination, should have taught black Christian preachers that what he did was wrong. And I can't do it also. Malcolm X's death should have taught Farrakhan and black men that joined the Nation of Islam, I need to get out of the Nation of Islam. I need to leave. I don't need to serve the God Allah. The God Allah didn't protect Malcolm X. The God Allah didn't protect Farah Muhammad. The God Allah didn't protect Khalid Muhammad. The God Allah didn't protect Trayvon Martin and save black people and protect Sandra Bland. I need to get the hell away from the Allah God, Iraq, and serve the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what the death of Malcolm X should have taught you. That your own brothers in the Nation of Islam will turn against you. All of that I love your brother, assalamu alaikum talk is just talk. They don't love their brothers or else they wouldn't have unalived their own people. Dr. King should have taught you Christians, I need to leave the Christian church. I don't need to integrate with our oppressor. Integrating with our oppressor got Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. unalived. I don't want to make his mistake. I'm going to stay separate. Medgar Evers, I'm going to stay separate. Huey P. Newton, why would I join an organization like the Black Panthers, the Black Panther Party, when the Black Panther Party relied on another white race of people all the way in Russia to give them food and guns and funds and money? You mean to tell me that you won't the Black Panther Party didn't love the white people in America, but you love the white man in Russia? What's the difference? They're white people. They're devils. They're the oppressor. The devil the Bible speaks of. That's supposed to teach you lessons, Isaac. And it doesn't teach us lessons. When my grandmother passed away from lung cancer, I said to myself at 12 years old, I'm never going to smoke so I don't die of lung cancer. The pack of cigarettes say, do not smoke, from the Surgeon General. You will get lung cancer. And what do you do? Smoke. What are you doing? You're supposed to learn lessons. And that's what that scripture just said. When they heard the cry of those cowards that got sucked up in the earth and died, they left and fled and learned. They didn't betray Moses. They learned, listen, I'm not going to do what they did. I'm not going to make the same mistakes that they made. That's what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to do. The Native American Indians made the mistake of trusting the oppressor. What does the tribe of Gad do to this day? Trust the oppressor. It blows my mind every time I see it. Every time I see an oppressor at a powwow, I want to vomit. Because when oppressors came to powwow 600 years ago, there was no more Choctaw or Chickasaw or Cherokee. There was no more Blackfoot, no more Sioux, Red Cloud, and the leaders of the chiefs of the Native American Indians and Sitting Bull were unalived by the oppressor. The last time that the oppressor came to your powwows, they exploited your Native Indian culture. They called you Native Indians, which means native savages. They called you savages. They beat you. They buried your children. They beat the savage out of you the last time you allowed white people in your powwows. Why do you allow white men to your powwows in 2023? Why do you still trust the oppressor? Black people the same way. The tribe of Judah the same way. All 12 tribes of Israel the same way. Why do you still want to integrate into the hands of your oppressor and love the oppressor after you saw the effects of what the oppressor has done to your people? Haven't you learned your lesson? You still haven't learned. You still need more death. You need more Trayvon Martins, more Ralph Yarls, more Sandra Bland's, more Freddie Grays, more Andrew McCutcheons, more brothers and like Oscar Abrego and Oscar Grant. You need more, what is it, the school in Uvalde County, Texas? You need more Mexican babies to die? You still haven't learned your lesson? The oppressor is remembering the Oklahoma City federal bombing that happened, what, 30 years ago? 20, yeah, about, no, 27 years ago. It happened in 1996, so 27 years ago. You still are loving the oppressor after he bombed Oklahoma City's federal building, after he bombed Tulsa, and you're still trusting him? Brother, don't keep dying to learn a lesson that is easy to learn. Stop trusting your oppressor. Love your people. Are you still Christian? What are you, still Christian? Is that what you are? You're still Christian even after Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party were Christians? Even after the Catholic and Christian Church has countless amounts of sexual assault to children cases on them. They have countless amounts of sexual assault cases to children, child endangerment cases, so much so that there are advertisements to warn you away from the church. And what are you still doing, going to church? You're still going to be a Christian. You're still going to wear the cross. After the Ku Klux Klan burned them on your front yard, after Reese Taylor, you're still going to be Christian. Brother, don't continue to keep dying. Don't keep dying to learn a lesson. Don't continue to die just to learn a lesson. Learn from the mistakes of the ones who's already been unalived, brother. Don't hate your people. Hating your people gets you unalived. That's the lesson of hating your... This is the lesson when we talk tonight. Being a traitor to your race gets you unalived. That's what happens to traitors of black people. That's what happens to traitors of every other race. The traitors to the Arabs get unalived. The traitors to the oppressor here in America get unalived. There's a law called is it treason? It's treason. Espionage and treason. That's punishable by death. Don't you understand? Treason is being a traitor. Like Benedict Arnold. A traitor like Dr. King. They all get unalived traitors. The lesson of Korah and Dathan, don't be a traitor. The lesson of your father and mother, don't get high. Didn't your father and mother teach you that? They were high and they were horrible parents. That's why they couldn't parent properly. Don't get high and be like your parents. Don't continue in the mistakes of brothers and sisters who lost their lives because of their mistakes, because of their sins. Learn from their lessons, man. And that's the lesson of being a traitor. Learn from the lessons of the traitors like Dr. King and Malcolm X and Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and Korah and Dathan and the Princes of the Assembly. Learn from those traitors and don't be a traitor. Get the hell out the church and love black people. You don't have to be a traitor. You don't have to be a traitor like T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and Quentin Lucas. You can love black people, like you don't have to be like them because they have a day waiting on them, and you don't want to suffer from their sins like the congregation that followed the Princes of the Assembly. And with that, all right, Majum, just me up here. We are the ISUPK, so like the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 21, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We are currently in the Feast of First Fruits. For those who did not know or don't know, the Feast of First Fruits started the evening that the Feast of Unleavened Bread was over. All right? Remind Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headband, and war scarf. With that, I majum. Everybody stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Salakia. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I majum Shabbat. I majum Barak. Yahal Ba Shim Yahushua Barakathum. Yajim Matah. Dismissed.